University Challenge. Asking the questions, Amol Rajan.
Hello and welcome to University Challenge. Tonight's match is another quarter-final. In this round of the competition, teams need to win twice to progress to the semi-finals, but they can lose once along the way without being eliminated. So whatever happens tonight, we'll be seeing both these teams at least one more time. This year's team from the Open University began their series campaign with a hard-earned win over fellow quarter-finalists UCL. Their second-round tie against Durham proved equally tricky. The Northeasterners started and finished that game strongly, but Open dominated the middle third, which ultimately turned out to be decisive. They seemed to struggle a bit with science in that second round, but have otherwise been excellent on sport, European history, and both classical and pop music. With an average score so far of 185, let's meet the Open team once again.
Hi, I'm Nicky Maven. I'm from Jarrah in South Tyneside and I'm studying natural sciences.
Hi, I'm Tom Barber. I'm from Bournemouth and I'm studying physics.
And their captain?
Hi, I'm Kerry Westerman, originally from Denmark. I now live and work in Glasgow. I'm studying for a degree in art history.
Hi, I'm Hector Payne. I'm from Teddington in Middlesex and I'm studying for a Masters in Finance.
Now, this year's team from Bristol have had quite a different journey up to this point. Across their two matches so far, the average score has been just shy of 310, and their opponent's average score a little less than 60. In round two, they shut out entirely a capable team from Exeter for almost two-thirds of the game, taking every one of the first 10 starters and converting more than 70% of the bonuses that followed on topics ranging from plant biology to Chinese provinces. Let's meet the Bristol team for the third time.
Hey, I'm Ted Warner, I'm from Wiltshire and I'm studying biology.
Hi, I'm Bridie Rogers, I'm from Brighton and I study medicine.
And their captain.
Hi, I'm Kevin Flanagan, I'm from Dublin and I'm doing a PhD in AI.
Hi, I'm Olivia Watts, I'm from York and I'm studying for a PhD in organic chemistry.
Welcome back. So you know that whatever happens, you get to come back. So no pressure whatsoever. Fingers on buzzers. Here's your first starter for 10. In Virgil's Aeneid, which mythological monsters are encountered by Aeneas on the Strophides Islands, where they swoop down from the hills to steal the Trojans' food before one, Cellino, prophesies that before the end of their journey, the travellers will be so hungry they will eat their tables. Virgil describes them as birds with the faces of virgin...
Bristol Warner.
Harpies?
It is harpies, yes. Right, your bonuses are on terms in life science that include the letter combination OCH. For example, microchip and biochemistry. In each case, give the term from the description. First, Bos primigenius, an extinct wild ox thought to be the ancestor of domestic cattle.
Dominic Warner.
Aurochs.
Correct. Secondly, a group of spiral-shaped bacteria, the cause of diseases such as syphilis and Lyme disease.
Was it spirococcus?
It's not the... Oh, they say spiral...
Spiral shaped, yeah.
It could be...
Oh, I don't know. You're biologists.
It could be spirit... Wait, it's OCH, though.
Yeah.
That wouldn't work. So it'd be staph... Is it what you... Oh, God. Maybe try staph... The staphylococcus doesn't work, though.
I think it might be
I don't think any of the things we said actually work.
Spirochetes. Oh, one.
Oh, spirochetes. Spirochetes.
Okay, spirochetes.
Yes, well done.
Yeah.
Got that in. Finally, from the Latin for snail, the spiral cavity of the inner ear.
Cochlea.
Yes, well done. This is a quote. If there is something right in de Beauvoir's claim that one is not born, but rather becomes a woman, it follows that woman itself is a term in process, a becoming, a constructing, that cannot rightfully be said to originate or to end. Which philosopher wrote this in her 1990 book?
Open Westerman.
Judith Butler.
It was Judith Butler, yes, the author of Gender Trouble. Your bonuses then open 3 questions on film. This is a quote. When they asked me if I wanted to audition, I said, I'll only do it if you give me a £5. I thought, I'm not going to be put in the film, so I want something for my time. That was Thomas Turgoose's account of how he was street cast aged 13 in which 2006 film by Shane Meadows?
This is England.
Yes. Which British director cast unknown Sacha Lane as the lead in her 2016 film American Honey after spotting her dancing at a party on a beach in Miami while she was on spring break from her university course?
Is that Emerald Fennell, maybe? Emerald Fennell, I think?
Are you OK for me to nominate you?
Yeah, go for it.
Nominate Maving.
Emerald Fennell.
No, that was Andrea Arnold. A retired firefighter and trade union official, a theatre teacher and a community activist who advised the scriptwriter on youth and far-right politics all play lead roles in The Old Oak, a 2023 film by which British director set in a declining County Durham mining village?
Loach?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Loach.
It is Ken Loach, yes. Let's start the question. I need a two-word answer here. Located near the city of Masvingo and now a UNESCO World Heritage Site, what is the name of the ruined city founded in the 11th century and flourishing until the 15th that was the centre of a major state of the Shona people?
Bristol Warner.
Great Zimbabwe.
Well done, it is indeed. 3 bonuses for you, Bristol, on the Scottish academic and commentator Jerry Hassan. In a 2020 piece, what two-word concept does Hassan explain as neither state or market? It has come to be associated with intermediate institutions, which give meaning and sustenance to connectedness.
State or market, a global village or something, I don't know.
Oh, it's not a bad shout.
Yeah. Global village?
No, I think Open knew the answer was civil society. Subtitled The First 2 Decades Explained, a 2019 work edited by Hassan concerns what institution?
2019, which sort of institution would be?
Oh, God.
Civil society.
Like the police? I don't know.
It's a specific type of, like, an institution.
Come on.
Alcatraz? I don't know.
Pass.
Yeah, not Alcatraz. It's Scottish Parliament. Also published in 2019, The People's Flag and the Union Jack is subtitled An Alternative History of Britain and what political party?
So,
The SNP. I don't know if it's
yeah, it's Scottish based.
Yeah, SNP.
No, it's Labour, the Labour Party. Picture round now. For your picture starter, you'll see a simplified version of a family tree from a novel. One of the character names has been removed completely and replaced by question marks. For 10 points, I want you to give me that character's name. Some helpful text has also been redacted.
Open pane.
Oh, is that, no,
I'm
sorry.
afraid if you buzz, you must answer immediately. Bristol, you can have a bit more time, but you may not confer.
Bristol Flanagan.
Prince Mishkin.
No, it's Anna Karenina. We'll take your picture bonuses when we get the next starter right. What mode of reproduction in lower organisms, such as bacteria and protozoans, involves transfer of genetic material from one organism to another through direct contact?
Bristol Warner.
Conjugation?
Good job, you're a biologist. Yes, it is indeed. Your picture bonuses then, following on from the tree of characters in Anna Karenina that you saw for your picture starter, your picture bonuses, Bristol, will be 3 more simplified character family trees from Russian novels. This time, I want you to give the title of the novel in each case. Some overly helpful surnames have been removed. First.
Okay. So,
Oh, Bazarov. I've heard of Bazarov before.
this isn't...
Is it a Turgenev novel?
Oh,
Could it be like Fathers and Sons or something, maybe?
maybe, yeah. That could be a shout.
I'm not really sure, but let's ring a bell.
Yeah, I don't recognize
There's
the name.
also
So,
a father and a son on there. I don't know.
yeah, try that. Fathers and Sons.
Yes, that's right. Secondly.
Peace. What's it? What could it be?
Yeah, for like
Or,
War. I feel like they'd say
Come on.
like War and Peace or something. I don't know.
why not? Yeah.
War and Peace.
That's the Golovlyov family by Mikhail Saltykov-Shchedrin. And finally.
Oh, this might be the brothers Karamazov.
That would make sense. Yeah.
Karamazov.
Karamazov.
Yeah, the brothers Karamazov.
Yes, by Dostoevsky. Well done. Let's start the question. Lud's Church, a deep, mossy chasm close to the border of Cheshire and Staffordshire, is sometimes thought to be the inspiration behind the Green Chapel that saw the denouement of which narrative poem of the 14th century? The younger of the title figures...
Open Westerman.
Gawain and the Green Knight.
It is indeed, yes. Your bonuses open are on jazz musicians who were signed to Blue Note Records. In each case, give the name of the musician from the description. First, an alto saxophonist born in 1928. He is known for his work on Miles Davis's album Kind of Blue, as well as his own records as band leader, including Something Else and Jump for Joy.
Who's saxophonist? Is that Coltrane or is
Could be Coltrane.
Coltrane's a good shout.
Coltrane.
No, it's Julian Cannonball Adderley. Second, a trumpeter born in 1930, whose early death in a car crash aged 25 cut short a promising career that had included work with Art Blakey and Max Roach. A jazz standard by Benny Golson is named in his memory.
Charlie Parker.
No, that's Clifford Brown. The jazz standard is I Remember Clifford. And finally, a pianist and composer whose compositions include Watermelon Man and Maiden Voyage. He helped pioneer jazz fusion on albums such as 1973's Headhunters and electro-funk on 1983's Future Shock.
That could be Chick Corea.
Yeah, go for it if you want.
Chick Corea?
No, that's Herbie Hancock. Let's start the question. Born in Montana in 1986 and raised on the Blackfeet Reservation, which actors' film roles include Marlene in a 2013 adaptation of James Welch's novel Winter in the Blood, Jamie in Kelly Reichardt's 2016 Certain Women, and Molly Kyle in Martin Scorsese's...
Open Westerman.
Lily Gladstone.
It is indeed Lily Gladstone, yes, well done. Your bonuses open are 3 questions on Jacobus Henricus van 't Hoff, the winner of the first Nobel Prize in Chemistry. Van 't Hoff formulated an equation explaining how the equilibrium constant varies with temperature. It is often known as his isochore, implying that what physical property is held constant during the reaction?
No.
Ideas?
I have absolutely no idea whatsoever.
Physical quantity.
Come on.
Could it be something like...
Concentration.
Concentration?
No, it's volume. The Van 't Hoff factor explains how a given solute affects what class of properties for a mixture, such as its osmotic pressure, freezing point, depression, and boiling point elevation. These properties depend on the ratio of solute and solvent and not on the chemical species present.
No.
Not sure.
No.
Pass.
The colligative properties. Along with Joseph Lebel, Van 't Hoff developed a rule for asymmetric molecules that determines their possible number of what type of isomers. They are the counterpart to structural isomers and a superset of enantiomers.
Oh, yeah, I think that's it.
Stereoisomers.
I'm going to nominate you. Nominate Barbara?
Stereoisomers?
Is correct, yes.
Okay.
Let's start the round. I want you to spell your answer here. What 4-letter suffix appears at the end of all of the following words? The name of a sandwich originating among Italian immigrants in New Orleans, consisting of a round loaf of bread hollowed out and filled with layers of meat, cheese and olive...
Open Westerman.
LNY?
No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. Meat, cheese and olive salad. The name of an Italian cured pork belly product similar to bacon. And the name of a common antipasto consisting of slices of bread toasted and dressed with olive oil, garlic and often chopped tomatoes.
Bristol Rogers.
Etta, E-T-T-A.
Yes, exactly. Well done. From Fioletta, Pancetta and Bruschetta. Your bonuses then, Bristol, are on characters in George Eliot's Middlemarch, specifically those who share their forenames with characters in the novels of Jane Austen. In each case, identify the given name from the description. First, married to Middlemarch's rector, Mr. Cadwallader, the lady of immeasurably high birth who enjoys playing matchmaker, and the Dashwood daughter in Sense and Sensibility, noted for her coolness of judgment and strength of understanding.
It's gonna be like Ellen or Marianne.
I think there's a Marianne in Middlemarch, maybe.
Okay, maybe Marianne then.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marianne.
No, it's Eleanor. Bad luck. Secondly, Middlemarch's mayor, Mr. Vincey, a florid man who hates both solemnity and affectation, and the titled landowner in Persuasion, who is introduced in the novel's first line as a man who never took up any book but the baronetage.
Oh. The only names I have in my head don't sound like they'd be in Middlemarch, so...
Persuasion. Yeah.
That's a good guess.
Can't remember any names.
No.
If anything.
I think no.
I'm sorry.
No, pass.
It's Walter. Finally, the honest wife of Middlemarch's shady banker, Mr. Bulstrode, and in Emma, Miss Smith, the young woman said to be the natural daughter of somebody who is befriended by the novel's title character.
Just a name, Smith. Margaret. I don't know.
Mary. I don't know.
Mary.
I really have no idea.
Yeah,
Mary.
sorry.
That was Harriet. Right, music round now. And for your music starter, you're going to hear a piece of classical music. For 10 points, identify the composer.
Open Pain.
Mozart?
No, you can hear a bit more, Bristol, but you may not confer. Anyone?
Bristol Flanagan.
Schubert?
No, that was Gabriel Fauré. We'll take your music bonuses in a moment. I need a specific 2-word term here. The Chandrasekhar limit in astronomy concerns the maximum theoretical mass for a stable form of what specific type of star?
Open Barber.
Pulsar.
No.
Bristol Flanagan.
Neutron star.
No, it's a white dwarf. Let's start the question. Into what small, shallow sea, known in antiquity as Myotis swamp or lake, does the River Don flow? In the west, this sea is connected to a system of saline, marshy inlets known as the Sivash that extend into the Crimean Peninsula, while...
Open Pane.
Is that the Caspian?
No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. While in the south, it is connected by the Kerch Strait.
Bristol Warner.
Sea of Azov.
It is indeed the Sea of Azov. Your music starter a while ago now, Bristol, was from Fauré's Requiem, a piece which was performed by the London Philharmonic Orchestra in 1937 under Nadia Boulanger, the LPO's first female conductor. Your bonuses will be 3 other works that Boulanger conducted with the LPO. Again, you just need to name the composer of each. First, this Italian composer.
This is a cool what by Italian composer.
Respighi or something.
That's not a bad shout, yeah. It's be something a bit more modern, like see.
Yeah, we just go for it. Yeah. Respighi.
No, it's Claudio Monteverdi. Secondly, this French composer.
It almost like, does that sound Baroque? Yeah. A little bit. It could be classical though, couldn't it?
Do you have
I don't
any
know, like
names?
Lily or like Couperin or something like that. I can't think of like classical French composers. Maybe like trying to. It doesn't sound classical though.
Lily.
No, it's Jean-Philippe Rameau. And finally, the composer of this harpsichord concerto, published in 1784.
Well, could be like Mozart or Haydn. They were around then. I don't know
Could
who's
be
more
Mozart.
likely.
Maybe I'll just go for Mozart.
Maybe.
Yeah, Mozart.
No, it's Haydn. Another starter question now. What year of the 21st century saw all of these? A second Wimbledon singles title for Petra Kvitova, Yorkshire's first county...
Open Pane.
2014.
Well done, yeah, exactly. 3 questions for you then, open on eggs in 20th century art. Self-Portrait with Fried Eggs is a 1996 work by which of the young British artists? It shows her sprawled in a chair in jeans and a T-shirt with a fried egg on top of each of her breasts.
Is it not Sarah Lucas, because she's a playwright, but it's...
It's a good shout. I don't know anyone else.
Yeah, Lucas.
Yes, it is Sarah Lucas, yes. A giant fried egg made of cotton and canvas is among the many soft sculptures completed in the 1960s and 70s by which Swedish-American pop artist?
Swedish-American pop artist.
Swedish-American pop artist.
Liechtenstein, Swedish-American or?
No, he wouldn't be...
Okay.
Do we have any Swedish-American...
Oh, was Andy Warhol Swedish?
He was born in Czech.
I know,
wasn't
he's Slovakian,
Yeah,
I think.
I've got everything else there.
Liechtenstein.
No, that was Klaus Oldenburg. A series of large white eggs top the facade of a museum in Figueres, dedicated to the work of which artist? Eggs feature centrally in a number of his paintings, including the Metamorphosis of Narcissus.
Magritte. Where was it? Oh, Dali.
I was thinking Dali, but then that's...
Yeah,
That's a good
Dali.
shout.
It is Salvador Dali, well done. Let's start the question now. What 4-letter word appears at the end of all of these names? A city south of Sydney, whose Aboriginal name means sound of the sea. A controversial movement whose name means discipline of the Dharma wheel that was banned in China in 1999. And a marine mammal of the order...
Open Westerman.
Gong.
Yes, as in Wollongong, Falun Gong and Dugong. Well done. Your bonuses then open are on pseudo-cereals, that is, plants outside the grass family whose fruits and or seeds are used and consumed in a similar way to grains. Give the common name of each from the description. First, a plant in the knotweed family with a binomial Phagopyrum esculentum. Its hulled seeds or groats are widely used in Eastern Europe, prepared similarly to rice, and a flour made from the seeds is the primary component of Japanese soba noodles.
Could it be buckwheat?
Yeah, I think so.
Buckwheat?
Yes. Secondly, Salvia hispanica, a member of the mint family native to Mexico. Its nutrient-dense edible seeds are hygroscopic and when soaked in water form a gelatinous mass that may be used as an egg substitute in baking.
Alfalfa.
Alfalfa, is it?
Alfalfa?
No, that was chia seeds. Finally, a plant in the amaranth family, native to the Andes, where it was a staple crop of several pre-Columbian peoples. Its small seeds contain all 9 essential
remember how to
amino
pronounce
acids.
Quinoa.
Quinoa.
Quinoa, yes, makes the scores level. Let's start the question. What regnal name is shared by 6 Byzantine emperors, including the founder of the Isaurian dynasty?
Bristol Warner.
Leo.
It is Leo. Well done, Bristol. Your bonuses are on a writer. Desire in Language, a semiotic approach to literature and art, and Powers of Horror, an essay on abjection, are among works by which Bulgarian-born French philosopher and psychoanalyst, also known for proposing a distinction between the semiotic and symbolic aspects of language.
Oh, I've heard of this before. Oh, no.
It's not like Han or...
No, I'm not going to pull it, I don't think, so I think let's move on.
Come on.
Yeah, pass.
It's Julia Kristeva. In her analysis of the semiotic, Kristeva developed the concept of a maternal receptacle or generative matrix that she named the chora. This was influenced by which Greek philosopher's account of the creation of the universe?
Ooh, don't know. Maybe like Empedocles,
Empedocles,
because he
yeah.
liked the elements, maybe.
Yeah, I was thinking Empedocles as well, maybe. Empedocles?
No, it's Plato. The Female Genius is Kristeva's 3-volume study of Hannah Arendt, Colette, and which Vienna-born British psychoanalyst. Her works include Envy and Gratitude and the Psychoanalysis of Children.
Is that Karen Horney? Is that who that is? I'm not sure if she's British.
Yeah, we can try it.
Karen Horney, maybe?
Okay, Hornei?
No, it's Melanie Klein. Let's start the question now. It's a picture round. For your picture starter, you're going to see a black and white publicity still for a colour film. For 10 points, give me the film's title. You may answer in English or Spanish.
Open Westerman.
Roma.
No. Anyone from Bristol? You may not confer. No? I'll tell you. It's The Spirit of the Beehive. We'll take your picture bonuses in a moment when we get the next starter right. In which country is the European Union's furthest point from the sea? It is located in an eastern region named after this country's second largest city, Košice, near its border with Hungary and Ukraine.
Open pane.
Slovakia.
It is Slovakia. Well done. Your picture bonuses then open with the scores level. The Spirit of the Beehive, which you failed to identify for your picture starter, was directed by Victor Erithe, who in a 51-year career has directed just 4 feature films, with his most recent film coming 30 years after the one before. For your picture bonuses, you need to identify 3 more directors who left long gaps between some of their films. In each case, you'll see images of the films in question, but I only need the director's name. First, the director of these films released 12 years apart.
Right.
That is Bright Star, and that is Jane Campion.
Yes, for Bright Star and the Power of the Dog. Well done. Secondly, the director of these 2 films released 23 years apart.
No, the other one is Peter Toole. I don't know anything about the well, no, pass.
It's Alejandro Jodorowsky. That was The Rainbow Thief and The Dance of Reality. And finally, the director of these films released 12 years apart.
Kubrick.
It is, yes. Full Metal Jacket and Eyes Wide Shut. Let's start the question now. This is a quote. Not only is there no attempt to hide the damage, but the repair is literally illuminated. These words describe what Japanese art form or technique whose name translates as golden joinery?
Bristol Flanagan.
Ukiyo-e?
No.
Open Westerman.
Isuki?
No, that's not close enough. We need a kintsugi. Another starter question, 10 points in it. Listen carefully and answer as soon as you buzz. What number is obtained by multiplying together the number of oxygen atoms in a molecule of ozone, the number of DNA bases in a codon, and the number of quarks in a proton?
Open Barber.
9.
No.
Bristol Warner.
18?
Bad luck. It's 27. 3 times 3 times 3. Bad luck. In Shakespeare's Measure for Measure, which condemned prisoner states, the miserable have no other medicine but only hope? He shares his name with the young Florentine lord who falls in love with Hero in Much Ado About Nothing.
Bristol Rogers.
Claudio.
It is Claudio. Well done. Your bonuses are on European football clubs whose names are univocalic, that is, composed using only one of the 5 vowel letters. In each case, identify the club from the description. For the purposes of these questions, words represented by letters such as F, C and similar are not counted as part of the name. First, Based in a historic city of southern Spain, this club plays in red and white and contests the Derby of Eastern Andalusia with Malaga.
Granada?
Granada.
Granada's in southern Spain, so
yeah,
one for
that
out, wouldn't
makes
it?
sense. We got that? Okay, Granada?
Yes. Secondly, this club is based at the Weserstadion in a German seaport. Nicknamed the Green Whites, they have appeared several times in the UEFA Champions League. I need a two-word name.
German seaport.
So, like Hamburg or
It's have one.
It's got one vowel in
one
it.
vowel?
So-
It'll be quite a short name, I assume.
Or like,
Emden something? I don't know.
um,
Emden. What's a football team with Ian?
Come on.
I can't think of it. Pass.
Werder Bremen. Finally, this club's stadium in an Atlantic seaport has a capacity of more than 50,000. It is reckoned to be one of the big three clubs of its country, the other two being based in the national capital further south.
Is it Ajax? Maybe? Because I just thought that earlier, because it's got one vowel in it.
I was thinking Porto, but it's Atlantic coast, is it?
Oh, it could be Porto.
Because
It could
that's
be
not really
Porto,
Atlantic
yeah.
coast, is it? Okay, Porto?
Yes, FC Porto is correct. 2 minutes to go. What word links all of the following? The title of a 1949 musical by Rodgers and Hammerstein, the title of a 2013 science fiction monster film directed by Guillermo del Toro, and the name of an international sporting competition whose venue in 2023 was the city of...
Bristol Rogers.
Pacific?
It is Pacific, yes. Your bonuses are 3 questions on works by the Polish artist Jan Matejko. Which scientific figure is the subject of an 1873 portrait by Matejko subtitled Conversations with God? It was painted to mark the 400th anniversary of his birth.
Figure.
Wait, when was it painted? Listen.
What did they say?
73, I think.
Come on, I need to hurry.
Copernicus? I don't know.
Newton.
No, it's Nicholas Copernicus. An 1878 painting by Matejko depicts the culmination of a battle of July 1410 that marked a major victory for Polish-Lithuanian forces over the Knights of the Teutonic Order. This battle is usually known by the name of which village?
Grunwald, I think.
Grunwald.
Or Tannenberg. It's got 2 names.
Do you think Grunwald?
Grunwald,
more
probably?
likely? Okay, let's go that. Grunwald?
Yes, well done. A major work of 1869 by Matejko depicts the signing 300 years earlier of the pact that formally established the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. At which Polish city?
Lublin.
Lublin. Okay, Lublin.
Correct. Now start the question. What has the lowest boiling point of any stable isotope at only 3.19 Kelvin? It is the 3rd lightest of all stable isotopes.
Bristol what?
Tritium.
No? Anyone from Open? Have a punt?
Open moving.
Deuterium.
No, it's helium-3. Now start the question. What precise 5-letter English word translates the French word grue in both of its senses? The first, a large, long-necked bird, and the second...
Bristol water.
Crane.
It is crane. Well done. Your bonuses, Bristol, are on terms in electromagnetic theory that... And that they've gone Open on 95, and Bristol have 135. Well, Open, it's very decent and diplomatic of you to applaud at the end there, because it was a ludicrously tight and really quite a stressful game. And the thing is, you had to sit there. I mean, although your lack of knowledge of jazz music was exposed, I felt so sorry for you, Carrie, over that Middlemarch and Jane Austen, where you were banging the table. Because
And
you knew...
Christava.
I know, and Christava. Oh, these are the margins by which things are decided at this stage of the competition. But you're not out. We're going to get to see you again, so it's not goodbye forever from you yet. Bristol, you did make it rather stressful for yourselves, didn't you? You sort of just disappeared for a bit, for 5 minutes, just sort of went to sleep. But anyway, we shall see you again. I hope we'll see you again for another quarter-final match. But until then, it is goodbye from Open University.
Goodbye.
It's goodbye from Bristol.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.